Braden, as much as I want you to regale us with funny stories from yesterday, I think it's time we move on. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not wearing a Texas Tech grandpa shirt today?
No,
Happy about that? What is happening is the Boston Celtics are having their championship parade. And since this has become just a Boston Celtics suckfest of a show, which I am so glad to have fathered and ushered in, it's kind of, that's like the end of your season, right? Like you win it, you have the celebrations, and then you have the parade, and then it's over. You know, you do the banner raising, and then it's on to the next season, right? And I have heard actually quite a bit of debate through people I know who are trying to get to this parade, which is on a weekday, and see the Celtics with the trophy. Because I'm at the age where my friends and I were 26, 27, of people saying, aren't you a little too old to go to the parade? And then there was another argument of, is it even worth it to go to the parade? So I wanted to bring it to you guys, who you've seen your teams celebrate championships in the last 5-10 years here. I have been to championship parades before, but I want to know from you guys first. So let's just say it was, you're both Rockets fans. This works out perfectly. Let's say it was the Rockets in the place of the Celtics.
Okay.
You know, we're a couple hours from Houston. It's during a weekday, but it's their first title in forever. Do you guys go to the parade?
I think I probably
or watch on
would.
TV? Or
I would
Facebook?
probably go.
I would watch on TV. I'm not going.
But you were alive for the first two.
Yeah, but I was like 6
Yeah,
and
barely.
7.
Yeah.
I do
Barely
remember
alive.
them though. So he does have a point there. Like I do remember like the celebration. I also remember watching them play the Knicks and like the video cut in of
But
like,
is
you know,
this
the OJ stuff
OJ?
too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which we just
Yeah.
had the 30th anniversary of that.
We
It's
did.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's wild that you still remember that, you old ass.
Thanks.
So let's look at it from the perspective, though, because I don't know if it's because you've seen one before, but like the convenience of a parade. Like it's not parades typically. I'll say some of my 1.5 cents here. Parades typically wouldn't be a thing that I would love. You know, I'm not someone who's dying for a big crowd. Like I don't like going to nightclubs or things like that. Sports games themselves, I would say, are different. But a parade is not typically something I would love. It's a lot of standing around. It's a lot of people jockeying for position. Big crowded streets, this, that, and the other. But I love a championship parade, man.
I don't like parades at all.
But it's not like a
One
Veterans
bit.
Day parade.
No. A parade is
Oh.
a parade. It doesn't matter if it's a Veterans
If
Day
that's a
parade,
veterans getting
if it's a
shot
fair
at,
parade,
yeah.
Well, not- you know
if
what
it's
I
a
mean, like
championship parade. I don't care what the parade is. The parade is usually dumb. What am I going to do? Like, here's the thing. The Rangers
this
are
just-
your current.
Is this just salty because the Rangers did it around a couple parking lots? Is that?
Dude, seeing Corey Seager sit in like a folding chair in the back of a pickup truck while people like sat there and waved was so weird to watch. Like the part that I enjoy.
That sounds like a college parade. Like the way
Exactly.
Baylor
Baylor's
basketball did
was-
one a few years
yeah.
ago. Barely a parade.
but that's
Like, you know what I
parades in
mean? But it was
general.
fun to go as like a fan and see that, but
Like I don't.
it's very small time.
I don't understand just like sitting there and watching people drive by. Like again, World Series
Like,
MVP,
they're your heroes,
sitting in
man.
the back
It's a
of a folding
trophy.
chair, waving like some foreign dignitary is freaking weird. The thing that I loved was when they got back together at Globe Life, and they had like where they let everybody speak, and you got the Corey Seager making fun of Alex Bregman part. Like that was great. So cut out the parade altogether.
Yeah, you get these guys, like
Yeah.
it's still kind of the morning. They're absolutely
Exactly.
half in the bag,
Hammered.
still
But
hungover
you
from
cut
the
out
last
the-
3 days.
you cut out the
Who knows what they're gonna
parade.
say.
all together, and you're just like, hey, we're just going to have a championship celebration, and that's cooler than me. I don't want to have to sit and watch people drive by. Hey,
See.
Cam, you want to go sit here and just watch people outside the office drive by? Because the only thing that's different
it
than
was
that in
the
a parade
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
Jason
man.
Tatum holding the truck. That's
Well,
the
that's
only
what I want
difference.
to see. That's
no,
what I
then
want to
you
see,
don't want
though.
a parade. You want to see Jason Tatum. So it
Well,
doesn't
this is
matter
how I'm
where
seeing
he's
it.
at.
This is how I'm seeing it, and I'm amongst other Celtics fans. First off,
And
there's
it's
two
good
things.
for the city, too.
There's two
Okay.
things here.
City pride.
There's two things here. First off, The Boston teams do it much more cool than a pickup truck. Okay, they do it on the duck boats, which Braden definitely went on. Did you go on the duck boats?
I did not, but I saw them.
You saw them.
Yeah.
You saw them going through
Do
town.
you think they look cool?
Which is, it's objectively a cool
Thank you.
thing. It's a unique thing. And second, this is another aside. This is basically towards the Rangers exclusively. I get it. The ballpark is in Arlington. Arlington splits Dallas and Fort Worth. It's a perfect spot. Do it in Dallas. Do the parade in Dallas. You know what? Because then it lends itself to that low-hanging fruit joke I threw in there a few minutes ago. Arlington is just freeways and parking lots.
Yeah.
Like, that's the cool thing about the championship parade's in the middle of your city.
No, I get
Yeah.
that.
You know? Well, you don't think any.
I don't like parades
You don't
in
like
general,
parades in
but I at
general.
least understand the point you're
Braden
making.
is understanding the
4th
point.
of July parades. You hate 4th of July. You
Yes.
hate freedom.
I don't. No. Okay.
You don't
like
like fire
those.
trucks.
Those happen every
The
year.
parades for them,
and
yes.
there's nothing like really cool about it. I used to have to march in parades as a Boy Scout as a kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, I also was in a small town, so they're pretty rinky-dink. But that stuff happens every year. What are you gonna do? But like, I went to the Bruins parade in 2011, man, to be that close and seeing the Stanley Cup right in front of me. And all these heroes that I had been rooting for, obviously for years, but so into for months. And we actually got to party it out, man. It was awesome. I went to a Red Sox parade too, 2 of them.
Well, hold on. Were those not awesome?
Yeah.
They were
Okay,
also awesome, but the
okay.
Stanley Cup is so
Okay.
it's right there. It's intimidating. It's so big and shiny. And yeah, those were very cool. Braden, did you go to the Astros ones?
So the 2017 one, it was like on a Thursday in the middle of October. I remember I couldn't go to it, but we all had a district-wide petition.
Oh, because you were in high school.
I was in
still.
high school,
Yeah.
freshman year of high school. We had a district-wide petition
Man, I
to
am
get the superintendent to let us out for the day, and it didn't. Actually, you know who organized that? This is not going to be great for the show, but Brady Morey.
Brady Moy?
Brady Moy organized that
No way,
petition.
man.
Yes, sir.
AKA the Diet Braden Murray.
The diet Braden Murray, who could, in our star testing, Zach, he was able to put both legs behind his head.
That's impressive.
And he had a speech impediment.
His
and
speech
said
impediment,
Brady
couldn't say his
Murray.
R's.
I used to be able to do that.
That's like lisp, man. Like, it's such a tough thing for people with a lisp to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, I can't say my R's right. My name's Brady Bowie. That's tough. Good for him. I mean, that's actually not a bad point. Like, that is part of it, too, is it should be, like, just a day that you're not working. You're not going to school. You should be able to do that on a Tuesday or a Thursday or, in this case, a Friday. And be like, some things are bigger than this one day I'm going to have at school or at work.
And then
And it's seeing the championship trophy right in front of me, Zach. Right in front of me, rolling by.
Do they not have
Music,
other times they're going to be able to
confetti.
see it? I'm
I
pretty
did
sure
see
the
it.
Rangers went on a caravan and kind of took it with them.
yeah, I was at that.
So, I mean, I
Wait,
missed the
wait.
parade. They're going to bring it to my city with them.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that. I don't think that's great. It's
But
fine.
I do have the
It's
2020.
fine.
The
But like
2020.
I don't have to deal with, like, watching. Sorry, Braden.
It's an
You're
event.
good.
It's an event,
Dude,
though.
I
Zach.
grew up
It's-
in a
it's-
small
it's the
town.
Day. So
I
did
grew up
I.
but that had a fair every single year during the summer. And you know what they would have every year? They would have a parade in it. And it was T-ball teams and Little League baseball teams sitting in the back of trucks throwing candy at people sitting in their front yards, while maybe the, local politicians would drive by and just sit in a car and wave. What is that?
But this
What
is
kind of
That's part of-
entertainment is that?
This is precisely what I am saying is different. I'm saying, like, those are boring. Those are stupid. They happen all the time.
Parades in general are.
But when your team earns a championship win,
It's-
those don't.
instead
I
of it
know you
being-
know this. This doesn't come around a lot for most cities.
That's true.
Okay.
Especially
I
for
think
our
it's
city.
I had a lot of
That's
opportunities
true.
as a kid, but like that doesn't happen a lot. This is weird. I should be the one saying, old hat, man. We've had like 15 of these since I've been alive.
Let me ask you this: would you be more likely to go to a Rockets parade or a Texans parade?
I don't know if Zach's going to go
I'm
to
not,
either
I'm,
one.
I'm not going to either, but out of those two,
Actually, there is an easy answer here.
It's an easy answer to me too.
Well, it's definitely an easy
Probably-
answer for Boston growing up.
See, probably the Texans.
Yeah.
Because it's not 1,000 degrees.
Yeah, well, that would be one.
Well,
of
it would
them.
be in February.
Right.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But you could get a fine day in February in Houston.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was like growing up, people didn't want to go to the Patriots one as much because it was really cold. But June was perfect. Perfect. That Bruins one, it was like 75 degrees, sunny. Great. I would implore you to go to a championship parade in your lifetime.
Well, my teams have to win a
Braden,
championship now
please,
for it to
go to one.
Yeah, my teams haven't been good for most
Like
of my life.
I will have serious
Maybe this
FOMO.
year's the year the Texans.
Maybe this year.
I will have serious FOMO for the Celtics one. I really will. I'll watch it on whatever.
Miss Jason
streaming
Tatum just
it.
driving by. on the
Yeah,
back of
dude.
something.
Yes, in my city.
I can play a
With the-
video of
with
you
the
of him
trophy.
driving by and something. The only difference is
Yeah.
you're just not there to see it
See,
happen.
this is where we're different. You're from this generation that needs everything on video. I like to see things
no,
with my eyes. I, like
I don't
to
need it on
experience
video.
this.
My point is that there's not a lot of difference. It's just you seeing it like happen. Again, I rode down on years ago. I was lucky enough to be able to go and cover a Super Bowl. Right, we stayed at the Media Hotel. I rode on an elevator in silence with Josh Duhamel and Fergie for like a good 10, for a good like 12, 14 floors. You
That's
know what?
awesome, man.
Is that? Because honestly, if I never saw them in person, I don't know if my life was affected that much by it.
Okay, and that's fair. That's how you feel about Fergie.
Fergie
I
and
feel a
Josh
lot
Duhamel.
fucking different about Jason Tatum and the Larry O'Brien Trophy. I just do, okay? Or the Stanley Cup. I feel a little bit different. By the way, funny story. This is a quick side. So that was early 2011 in Arlington, that Super Bowl. Yeah. I know that because my girlfriend's dad went to that Super Bowl. His dad was a big Steelers fan, so they went. And he texted the family at halftime. I was in 8th grade at this point, and goes, "Oh my God, I'm hearing this great new band. Have you ever heard of these guys, the Black Eyed Peas?" This is probably 8 or 9 years after their like first big album, like "Where's the Love" type shit. Couple years after they were mega successful. I mean, first off, think about this: like, if they're playing the Super Bowl halftime show, they're probably not a new up and comer.
No.
I just discovered these guys. I mean, look, your opinion's your opinion, Zach. I just think you're wrong. I just think you're wrong.
Okay.
I just think they're fun, man. They're fun.
Again, fun. To
I have all the
stand
cynical
there.
genes of why you shouldn't go to a parade, and yet
Do
I'm like,
you
dude, it's
love
fun, man.
standing in a like just out with a mass of crowded people? Do you love being just bunched up together with people?
When we are all Celtics fans looking for the same thing, yeah,
okay,
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't mind it.
that's fine.
Braden,
Yes.
throw your own question back at you, kind of.
Okay.
If your team won a championship tomorrow, are you there?
I don't
You might
know.
have convinced Braden. Holy
I'm
shit.
fine, yeah.
You might have
No,
flipped
I
Braden.
think-
I am pro parade. It just
Okay. I
I'm
didn't flip
thinking
them
about-
apparently.
going to the parade.
I'm thinking about like
but anti-attending.
about the traffic is what might I don't know.
Maybe
I would,
that's why they do them on weekdays. Maybe the weekend. I don't know. I don't know.
I would go.
That is part of it, by the way, weekdays. So
I would go.
I was different because you didn't really drive into Boston. You took the train. And we would go to the end of the line going in. So we had seats on the tee and everything. This was for the Bruins parade that I remember specifically. And about the third or fourth stop, they just didn't stop anymore. The cars were full. And we would go through the station. You still have to go slow through the station. And just all these people in Bruins jerseys like stop, like yelling, like, what's going on? I don't know how those people got there, but there was like 1.5 million people in the streets, man.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a blast.
I think
For the Cub, dude. Yeah.
See,
Once in a lifetime
I
at
think
this
if-
point.
if it's convenient for you to
You know
go,
what?
you should go.
I get that, but you know what that sounds like? It sounds like when you used to play The Sims and you were like, hey, I'm going to trap them all in one room and like not build a door for them to go out of just to see what kind of chaos I can cause. Right? Like that many people just out and about and around. Like I get it. It's for It's for the cup. It's great. It's something to be celebrated. But as a guy who doesn't necessarily like people a lot to begin with, you're asking me to surround myself with them for a long period of time?
I am expecting in a couple months Zach being like, you know what I wish I always did was New Year's Eve Rockefeller Plaza.
Oh.
Like which sounds like the worst experience of a lifetime.
Yes,
which
it
is
does.
again all the bad things of a parade times 7 more hours and wearing diapers and shit. Parade, and the great thing about the parade too is it doesn't have to be that long if you play your cards right. Okay, you go near the beginning of the parade route. You're obviously there probably a couple hours early to get a good spot for it. And then they drive by, and then it's done. And then you just get a celebratory day. Everyone's in a good mood. You're getting drunk in the daytime. It's awesome. Yes, yes. What do you want to push back on now?
So, well, since you've been to a championship parade,
Couple.
yeah. I've seen a lot. Like I remember with the Warriors specifically. Like maybe on these, were all the team members on one car, right?
No, they wouldn't be. Not all of them.
Okay, but so
They'd be
then
split up.
Okay, but like how many vehicles are we talking about?
So, I would say with players on them, and obviously basketball is different. Maybe they can all fit on one. I didn't go to the '08 Celtics one. Probably two rather than one.
2 people per. Okay.
No. Like
Two
the
vehicles.
2 vehicles. Okay.
Two duck
Okay.
boats would have the whole.
So
team
the
on it.
parade essentially is just
But then,
two
they
vehicles?
would have old players in one, and they would have like a band perform. They had the Dropkick Murphys performing in one. You'd have some of
So
the
they're
executives, like the GM and the
So
owner.
I get to be like,
that's
oh,
something.
hey, it's
probably
Dropkick Murphys.
Probably 3 for a baseball
That's
one.
15 seconds
band
of a
who had that
song of
one
theirs I
hit.
like while they
Well,
drive
that's
by.
but that's the right. Then we're getting to the crux of what the parade is, and I get it. It's not a long time, but that is what this generation needs, man. Not instant gratification, a build up of, oh shit, here it comes. I can see it. The cup is coming, and
I
that's
could be
what's
in the wrong.
great.
I could
You're
be in
playing, you're drinking.
I don't know. You're making a
having a
lot
good
of
time.
sense, Zach. You're making a lot of sense.
I'm not
Thank
even
you.
denying this is what I said at the beginning. Like all these things I shouldn't be into because I am like Zach in a lot of ways and hating people, but I implore you to try it. It's an unforgettable experience. It's a ton of fun.
If the Texans
Go with your
win
friends.
the Super Bowl this year, Braden and I will go.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We'll make the
I'm
trip.
not going with you, but you guys should.
That's fine. But just this year, they got a 1 year shot for me to
A
make it to a
1-year
parade.
window.
I'm not going to parade if they win it the next year.
Yeah, actually, if the Rockets win, no, absolutely not. This would be so hot.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
Pretty hot. That's something I didn't have to
I'd
deal
watch
with.
it on TV.
And even the
though.
cold,
Yeah, I'd
like
watch
that's
it on
not
TV.
like if you're cold with a bunch of people, it's not that big a deal. Just wear a fucking jacket. Hot, you can't. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wish I was at the parade. That's all.
We are Rogue Media Sports.